Hey guys, Station X here, and today is another episode of Video Game Pickups, the series that has been kind of increasingly rare as I continue to do other playlists, but I wanted to do kind of like a special PlayStation 4 episode of Video Game Pickups because I have accumulated a bunch of PS4 games here, and I just kind of want to show what I've accumulated over the past 4 months. So without further ado, let's get right ahead with the first games up on our list. We're going to start with this pile, actually. The Call of Duty games. These are kind of just like the rest of the Call of Duty games I didn't have for PS4, minusing the most recent ones that came out after this guy. But we have Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty World War II, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, the Legacy Edition, the COD Modern Warfare Remastered. Especially, I love that when it says it has 10 multiplayer maps. That was before they decided to add the rest of them. And Call of Duty Ghosts, everyone's favorite. Now, with these, this is kind of just filling in that Call of Duty collection because I'm very close to getting almost every single Call of Duty game to ever come out for all the different versions. And so I'm winding down that list here, and these are some of the ones I just did not have. Of course, I have these on the Xbox systems, but never got them for PlayStation. And this is around the time, well, with the exception of this, that they started doing like exclusives for PlayStation systems, like DLCs and things like that. We have Sword Art Online Hollow Realization. Now, I've never actually watched the show, but I saw the games here and I thought they looked pretty cool. There's a couple other ones that came out, but this is the one I ended up buying anyway. Destroy All Humans. Now, this is technically a remaster of the ones that came out before, back in the 6th generation, the PS2 and original Xbox generation. And I thought this was a pretty fun game. I mean, it's kind of in the same vein of Stubbs the Zombie, which I really like, but this is a fantastic, funny alien game where you play as an alien and you're trying to take over the planet, basically. So we have Horizon Zero Dawn. Funny enough, never played this one. This was one of those PlayStation 4 games that I just never ended up getting around to buying. You know, I had the Uncharted series that came out, like the Nathan Drake collection, stuff like that. The Last of Us games. I had the God of War series, but just never ended up picking this one up for whatever reason. It Takes Two. This actually won Game of the Year, as you could see with the many awards it has. And it's a pretty cool game because it's like a co-op game. I do enjoy my co-op games. And you could basically allow a friend of yours to try it out for free, basically, with you, because you kind of can't play this game by yourself. You have to have somebody with you. So, but it's pretty cool. Next up, we have a VR game, and it's not just any VR game, it's a Star Wars game, Vader Immortal. Now, this is one where you can actually be able to use a lightsaber and not feel like an idiot, unlike the Kinect game. I very much enjoy Star Wars, and so this kind of scratches that itch for me right there. Dead by Daylight, and I actually have this digitally, but never ended up getting the physical version for PS4. I actually have the Switch version, but we all know how the Switch version is. It's not the greatest. So I now have a physical version of Dead by Daylight that's actually, you know, the proper version. Except we have a game that's kind of useless at this point because the disc wouldn't end up playing this, and that's Overwatch. Now, of course, a lot of us very much loved Overwatch when it first came out. I wasn't in there when it first came out, but I did eventually play it and had some decent times with it. But nowadays, with Overwatch 2, it's just gone way, way down. I know there's some fans of it, but it's kind of sad that you can't go back and play the original at all. It's just kind of strictly Overwatch 2. At least I do have a physical version of the PS4 version, and it just kind of will represent Overwatch 1 in my collection. It's one of the few games on the PlayStation that it's just kind of useless at this point. Here we have Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game. And so this one has a pretty significant history on it because this came out originally in the Xbox 360 PS3 generation. Now, I actually don't know if it came out for PS3, but I know it came out for Xbox 360. And there was a bit of a licensing issues with this because eventually it did get taken down and it didn't have a physical copy at the time. But this does now have a physical copy, so it'll live forever, no one can take it away, and you can play it whenever. Here on our next pile, we have the Robotics Notes double pack, which was pretty cool. I just kind of bought it because, again, it's like the anime art style thing. I'm kind of a sucker for those, and it's a big box, so that's kind of what caught my eye. So that's kind of here to fill the collection in. Spider-Man Miles Morales for PS4. Now, of course, for the PS5, this was one of the games I got day one with my PS5, and it's a fantastic game. A little too short in my opinion, but I did know that it wasn't like a full release game. That's kind of how they advertised it, more so like an expansion to the first one in a sense, but with a physical disc. But very, very fantastic game. Assassin's Creed, the Ezio collection. Some of my favorite Assassin's Creed games of all time is in this collection here, and it stars our Italian stallion himself, Ezio Auditore da Firenze. And what a fantastic collection this is. You have the 3 games with all the DLC included, and you also get the little movie things that they did for Assassin's Creed 2 and Assassin's Creed Embers thing that basically shows from Ezio's beginning all the way to Ezio's end. And you get the whole story with that. And I never had the PS4 version. I originally bought it for Xbox One. I bought the Switch version when they finally released that, so I could have it portably, and this kind of completes the trifecta of it. We have Final Fantasy XIV Online. This is actually the second online Final Fantasy game they've ever done, because the first one they did was Final Fantasy XI, and I'm trying to kind of fill in the gaps that I'm missing from my Final Fantasy collection, so I never had this. Now I know there was like when this originally released, this was kind of bad, and then they had to scrap it and basically kind of redo it and bring it back up, and now it's actually pretty good. So I wanted to have a physical PS4 version, you know, but I feel like most people would play it on PC because that's like the better way to play it, but you know, wanted to have this physically represented. We have Crisis Tales. This I actually got because there was a sale going on, and so this kind of fit the sale. It was like on clearance, and it was like 50% off, so it was not too bad. And so yeah, you got like a sealed PS4 game basically. We have Gravity Rush Remastered. Now I do remember this being a hot commodity at one point. I don't know if it still is, but this is one of the harder to get PS4 games, and it's one of those exclusives that I'm tracking down as well. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Another fantastic PS4 game. Star Wars Battlefront. Now, funny enough, I actually got this on the Xbox One originally, and then I got Battlefront 2 for PS4. So now this is kind of correcting that little error I did for whatever reason. Now I gotta get Battlefront 2 for Xbox One. And to kind of speed run the end here, I have 4 of these that I kind of gotten as well on sale. It was kind of like a buy 4 for 20 sort of deal. We have Siberia 3, Terra Trilogy, 8-Bit Armies, which was just, I mean, it kind of caught my eye because of obviously the kind of Minecraft looking art style here, and Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom. I actually had the steelbook for this, but never actually had the game, but now I finally have the physical game as well. And these are the last 4 PS4 games in this haul here. With all the games in the front here now, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you guys love these games? Do you guys hate these games? Let me know what you guys think. And as always, if you enjoyed the video and want to support the channel, a like and subscribe always helps out. I've been Station X, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me